was a new decade. And for the first time, I felt that this was a band for my generation, not my older siblings. This just felt so different, looked different, sounded different. Ivor Davies and Icehouse were using a new technology designed for music called a computer, designed to create any sound, sample it and loop it. An Australian invention called the Fairlight CMI, a complete digital audio workstation. It would go on to be used by artists like Peter Gabriel and Kate Bush, Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder, and a host of others. There were only about 300 made. It was expensive, marking this as a period where we would hear some incredibly unique sounds being created. Now, before you turn off in disgust, what made this so special was that, at least for their first record, the sounds played a creative but secondary role. The band and the instruments were the main protagonists, with occasional sounds and loops added for effect. I'm not a fan of synths or computer-generated music. I find them as crappy as everyone using a saxophone or electronic drums in the 80s. Roles today are reversed, where real instruments and famous song parts are sampled to play the minor role.
For the world, what, come on.
Here it was the reverse. Where it should be, but that's just me. Reading like a Grimm's fairy tale, the title track sets up the album perfectly. Tales of hope, failure, desperation and deceit. Another single, a song about friendship, or maybe something else. A great rock song about prostituting youth for wealth and fame. Loved by fans today, even if you're not allowed to say the word in public anymore. A perfect model, programmed for perfection.
But sometimes simple mistakes get by without detection. Figures need correction, but I don't care, she's gotta be the one.
This song seems to cross the boundaries from the real world to the robotic.
Don't stand there, take it in, shake it up, sister. You've got nobody else but yourself, sister.
The end of side one is one of my favorites on the album. This song mesmerizes you with the ghostly atmosphere it creates.
Listen, if you listen, you will hear a reckless heartbeat.
At 15, this song was more about my own feelings. Stuck in time, stuck in suburbia.
While the rest won't listen, all the walls of his, but they never really look, they just stand aside, they're all standing, staring at the wall.
I felt like I was that ghost, watching the shadows, familiar people, moving around, doing the everyday, unable to answer the questions I had about the world. I was talking to the walls. Another great single starts side 2 of the album. You know, I adore this song. Its simplicity is the allegory of repetition that builds in a never-ending crescendo. You can feel the pain of the same mistakes, repeating the same mistakes over and over.
I wanna be someone else. When I get this feeling, puts the features where his face I'll be. Young flesh, young brain. So
Are you an imposter in your own skin? What does the mirror say?
on these steaming horizons, it's locked in our past. It's strangely so familiar. It's a scar on our memory.
This beautiful ballad drips with atmosphere. The displaced and lost few of a civilization on their last march, their last gasp, the sons of decay.
The sons of decay, the ones left to stay.
Another banger, mostly instrumental. Real life is hard on the boulevard.
Beg us for love on the boulevard.
Two great songs to finish this album. The spoken word intro adds emphasis as we walk along with him, perfectly capturing the mood I was in at the time when walking around on the streets, lost in the ideas of my own mind about what I should be doing, convinced that everyone around me was having a great time.
Hey man, I'm finding my feet. Absolutely mid-season mediocre street.
The funky change comes up out of the blue. It's a breath of fresh air.
Stepping on the same shoe.
Before we return to reality.
I'd have a better time, a so much better time, an even better time with nothing to do. Inside this city on this empty train.
We end the album where it began, hauntingly. Soaring and diving through the streets of the city, shedding memories,
As dark as our friends be, race along the subways. He's a cold hand on my shoulder. He has a plan to get you nowhere.
and realizing that the past is behind you. This album's a must-have for your Australian collection.
He's just another girl. He's just another boy, and they're not my kind.
The band changed its name from Flowers to Icehouse at the time of this album's completion, due to another Scottish band with the same name. The New Romantics were about to kick off in the UK through bands like Ultravox. Icehouse were labelled New Wave, in the vein of Gary Newman, Mice-X, Devo, Elvis Costello, etc. But I always found them very Australian. Indeed, the 80s would see us go our own way, and we would flourish more than in any other decade, creating a uniquely Australian sound.